Host Rebecca Turner. Now, don't forget, you can listen to Good Things. We are streaming live over at SuperTalk.fm. We're also streaming from that SuperTalk Mississippi app. And, of course, you can always find us, too, on your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. And don't forget us on SuperTalk TV, where you can find us on your computer or your mobile device. Back in 2021, we had the co-founders of Glo Pals here on Good Things, which are light-up sensory toys for bath time. They were just getting ready to launch their unique product. Fast forward a few short years, and now Anna Barker, the Chief Creative Officer and one of those co-founders, is joining us again today with Glo Pals because she was recently named to Inc. Magazine's Female Founders 250 list. So welcome back, Anna, and congratulations.
Hi, Rebecca. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much. I certainly appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, 2021, girl. I mean, it's only 3 short years ago, but I'm sure it can feel like a lifetime depending on how you look at it. So take us back to 2021 when you guys were just excited about launching Glo Pals. What was kind of on y'all's mindset and goals in terms of for the company?
Sure, and I believe when I talked to you in 2021, we were really at the next step of expanding kind of across the nation and internationally. We actually started the product, it was born out of a classroom project at Mississippi State, and we actually first launched it in 2018, but on a much smaller scale at the time. And so it's been a bit of a journey, and even thinking back to 2021, the things that have changed since then, it's been really, really exciting. And, all of that growth has happened in our main office right in Starkville, Mississippi on Main Street. And so it's been a really cool kind of full circle moment to have started that at MSU in Starkville as students, to establish that company there and to continue growing it. It's been an exciting few years for sure.
Well, I know that you have recently or often say it took a team, right? It's not just Anna Barker that's doing this, although you were named in Inc. Magazine's Female Founders. But what does something like that recognition do for the entire team? Obviously, your name is on the list, but for you guys as a whole, for Glo Pals, what does that sort of signify for you guys?
Yeah, I think that, we're over the past few years, we've finally crossed that threshold into being able to have more of a national presence. It's just incredibly validating to have started, really out of a classroom project and very small. And we work with a lot of people that are, very early on in their careers, and be able to build this out and to get national recognition from such a prestigious publication like Inc. Magazine is really cool. But as you mentioned, it is. I often, myself and my co-founder, we often are applauded for the collective efforts of an exceptionally talented team of people. And so I would certainly be remiss not to just mention that again. But it is really cool, and it's very validating. It's also just so cool to see that, in the state of Mississippi, where so often we could sort of be presented as an underdog, to see that, you could start this even as a student, being even more of an underdog, and then establish that company in the state of Mississippi and grow it to a place where you could get that kind of national recognition. That's a very exciting, kind of humbling thing to be a part of.
You mentioned, Anna, that you guys are still your main office there in Starkville, and I'm assuming at this point, after you guys started in 2018, kind of went national in 2021, you could have moved anywhere or could have chosen that home base in any other city. Why do y'all continue to choose Mississippi as that foundational place for you guys?
Well, my co-founder and I, we both were, raised in Mississippi. We went to school here, and then, of course, to college in the state as well. And I think there was such a sense of community for us in the state, certainly, but more specifically in the town of Starkville, and with the relationship we still have with Mississippi State. It is a cool thing to get to do a startup in an environment where everybody wants you to succeed. That's not the normal narrative you hear around startups. You hear this kind of cutthroat, shark type environment where it's very competitive and secretive, and we got to be the lucky people that did this in an environment and a community where everybody around us wanted to see us win and to make it out of this successfully. And so that is so cool. And I think once we realized the benefit of that and also how unique that was in the startup world, I think that we realized that was something that we didn't want to lose and wanted to be able to take advantage of. And, people think there are limitations to being in a small town particularly in the state of Mississippi, in a small college town, but we've shipped to over 48 countries right there from Starkville, Mississippi. We've filled orders for major national retailers such as Nordstrom, Barnes & Noble, Macy's, Uncommon Goods, all of that kind of infrastructure and managing of inventory, all of that is done right there in Starkville.
And I think that's so encouraging, too, for entrepreneurs to hear. We were just had Innovate Mississippi on not too long ago talking about they're gearing up for their pitch season where entrepreneurs can come and sort of probably walk through some of the things that you guys have. And you just hope that they hear the same message, that you can continue to grow your business and stay here in Mississippi, because we don't want you to leave. But we also want folks to support those businesses that choose here for home for the long term. So, Anna, if somebody hadn't heard of Glo Pals before today and they're thinking, what is that? It sounds really interesting. It is, and you should have one if you have a child. How do you explain it to people that haven't met your brand yet?
Yes, I always say that our kind of main goal with Glo Pals, and it started with the light-up cubes that you had mentioned that we created in college, but we've kind of expanded out into the children's industry. Our goal is to really focus on purposeful playtime. So what that is we are making the product to be, very kid-centric. It's very much meant to be an actual toy that the child plays with, but we want it to also match their kind of natural stage of development as well. And so, we all know that learning, playtime is the best time to learn. And so if you can find ways to kind of intertwine the developmental benefits that a child needs at these different stages of early childhood, if you can intertwine that with their most natural form of interacting with the world, which is playtime, I think that's really when you can see kids start. You can see those wheels turn. You can see them kind of develop those skills like their fine motor skills and cognitive skills, color recognition, sorting. Those are all things that we're kind of constantly talking about in the product development space. But so a lot of that kind of product expansion has only happened over the last 2 or so years, and definitely since I was on in 2021. But it's been very cool to do. And again, just like with the shipping and the logistics and inventory all taking place in Starkville, all of our product development and creative is also done in-house, and that's all based out of Starkville as well.
If folks want to snag one, I know they can shop online, and you mentioned some pretty big retail places that you guys are supplying to. But are there certain places like here in Mississippi, if we want to go grab one off a shelf, or would online be a better option if somebody wanted to get a Glo Pal?
So if I was speaking to my fellow Mississippians, I would always encourage them to go to their local toy or gift store if they carry them. I grew up in a very small town. I'm a huge proponent of supporting your small local kind of brick and mortar storefront. And so you can go to our website, which is glopals.com. That's GLO with no W. And you can see all of our stockists online. That's not just for the state of Mississippi. That's everywhere. But you can see what store is near you. And it'll have all of our contact information as well. But also, if you were out of the state, you can find it there as well. And then, of course, some of those key retailers I mentioned and on our website. But as far as, advice to my fellow Mississippians, I would certainly say support your local toy store if they carry it.
It's a great gift, too, for like baby showers and things of that nature, because most new moms may have never heard of it. And it really, although bath time waits like a little while, just not from the beginning, but still it's something to sort of look forward to. And I know it can be a really fun bath time favorite. At least it is in our house, Anna. Well, I'm so excited for you guys. I know, again, for you, it is your name, so you are allowed to take a little bit of time and pause and celebration for making the list there. Were you shocked? How did you find out? Did you know it was coming out, or is it one of those things once the list comes out, then you're told?
No, so I didn't know. I will say I'll be completely honest with you. I got an email back in February telling me, I didn't know I'd been nominated, but telling me that I had been shortlisted, and then got a follow-up pretty quickly that I'd made the list. And I marked it as spam and never revisited it again. And then about a week before the list came out, I got another email that very clearly, just by the format of the email, you would have known it wasn't spam, and it held all the links and, kind of the different legal and launch information I needed. But also my co-founder got an email as well. And so it snuck up on me mostly because I sort of just missed the first
Well, still, congratulations, girl.
Yeah.
And then y'all are welcome back in 2027. Let's see where Glo Pals is 3 years from now, because you can't top what you've been doing. So congratulations.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for having me, Rebecca.
All righty, you guys stick with us. We got some more good for you coming up next.